Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys. Well, I told you earlier that today, normally we have hot, messy topics, but I made it pretty known in the last couple videos that there just really wasn't enough today to do hot, messy topics. I don't know if you guys noticed this week, but we have done, actually, we've almost like doubled our lives. And I think because of that, that is really shown as far as like what's left to cover because we're literally covering everything. So that's okay. A day off of Alive. My God, can you imagine? Now, with that, we have some Jasmine Good to talk about. I have some opinions, and I also want to talk about Real Housewives of Miami star Lisa Hochstein and her boyfriend Jody Glidden um addressing the pasta allegations. Yeah. So smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's jump right in. Okay, guys. So, what I wanted to talk about was the fact that we know Jasmine and Danny Bucco, both obviously are on the Valley. And what I think is interesting is, and I even said this, I've said this a couple times. I feel like we are beating a storyline to death at this point. I think that even Kim from Bravo Breaking News agreed with me on that. It's like, like, oh, well, he came on to me. He grabbed me. He did this. None of that is okay. I've said this. And I'm actually really kind of sick of the comments too. I'm going to, like, I love the Addams family and I don't blame any of the Addams family for commenting these things. But like, telling me, oh, well, it seems like you have ulterior motives and it seems like you just don't like Jasmine because I'm like, that's not true. I'm not even saying that I don't like Jasmine. I'm saying, in my opinion, as a human being, if somebody violated me, which I have had before happen, especially during Pride in LA, working at TomTom, I've had people grab my ass. I have had people touch me, like grab my front, grab all kinds of things. And I'm literally like, if you touch me again, you're going to, you're going to know. I'm going to leave it at that. Like, do not put your hands on me ever. And if you do put your hands on me or you violate me in any sense, I don't care if you're a friend, then you become a former friend. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't care if I'm filming a TV show with you or you're a business partner. Then we're going to be two people who are associated in the same situation. But when you see me in passing, it'll be, what's up? But you're not getting shit from me. So what I didn't understand with her and Danny Bucco was, obviously we had Darko Danny or whatever they're calling him, Drunk Danny, Dark Side Danny, I don't fucking know, who apparently took it too far. Terrible. But he's apologized now like 3 times, and Jasmine has accepted the apology all 3 times, but yet we're still beating the storyline to death. And my issue with that, which I've been very vocal about, is if he's apologizing and you're accepting it, then we got to let it go. Okay? We just move on. Or else don't accept the apology. I wouldn't accept the apology. I wouldn't sit there and, I would just be like, I'm good on you. I do this all the time to people. If you cross me, if you do something and you don't align with me and what I believe and my family and my friends, and this is not something that is conducive to anything healthy in my life, then I let you go. I've gotten really, really good at that, So I'm going to play a couple clips and then I'm going to just let you know where I stand on them. Here we go. This one first.
Thinks the worst, Jay? Jasmine, Jenna, or Jason?
Jasmine. But like Jasmine, I feel like is lying here.
I just don't think that Kristen would just make that up. I feel like she's kind of trying a little bit too hard.
It's almost like Janet and Jasmine conspired off camera to try to make it look like Kristen is the villain.
Yeah, I think so too. Who do you think's the worst, Jay? Jasmine, Jenna, or Jason?
Jasmine. But like Jasmine, I feel like is lying here.
Okay. So I don't think that Jasmine and Janet got together and tried to conspire against Kristen, because you can tell that Jasmine and Janet also are at odds in this, like season. I don't find that to be true, but I also don't know, like, if you're going to come up again, another storyline against Jason Caperna and be like, well, I heard 3 years ago that you take off your wedding ring when you go to bars. Well, why didn't you bring that up before? Why have you never talked about it? Why is it a thing now? Why are you bringing this up, which now seems very convenient as if it's a storyline for you? And you're also, asking and commanding apologies from everybody, which again, with the Danny thing, he should apologize. And he did 3 times. Like, why are we bringing this shit up? But also, when you want somebody to apologize, that pendulum swings both ways, which leads me to my next one. Thank you to the Bravo investigator.
He did say on his podcast that he felt uncomfortable with you when you pretended to choke him. And he said that he would love an apology from you because he is still triggered by it. And he said, and I quote, I'm a journalist.
Yes.
So he said, and I quote, all the jokes aside on the Jasmine strangling me thing that did make me uncomfortable, there was a blackout moment. What do you have to say to that and the fact that he does want an apology from you?
Like I told Janet, he can shove an apology up his ass. He's not getting one. And when it comes to this whole Nick thing, it's funny because when he started his podcast, I actually was a guest on his podcast back in the day before he started like the videos and stuff. It was like really early in the beginning. Me, Rachel, like Raven, all the girls in the beginning, we did it for him. And we joked about it. We laughed. Like there was no need for apologies. So Nick, go play that podcast back. That's all I'm going to say on that.
And he did send his podcast.
Okay, so this is where the pendulum swings both ways. Now you're saying that you've apologized and you've had that conversation with him. And so you can take another apology and you can shove it up your ass. So you're saying you don't have to apologize again because you already apologized for it and he accepted it. So go play that podcast back. What in the is the actual difference here? I'm not talking about the act. I'm talking about the exception of an apology. What is the difference? That's where I'm a little lost. If you accept the apology, she's saying you accepted it. We talked about it. We moved on. Okay. He apologized 3 times. You accepted it. He apologized. We moved on. Am I like missing something? Whatever. Even if I get shit for this, it is what it is, honestly. But hold on. Doesn't stop there. So thank you to our girl Kim at Bravo Breaking News. Lisa Hochstein did address this whole substance issue, saying, I can't believe I have to address such ridiculous rumors, but last night's Real Housewives of Miami episode was a gross misrepresentation of what actually happened and manipulated editing. Jody and all of our non-cast friends were hanging out in our primary suite and lounge area, which we use as a common space with friends and family. They were not crowded in some solitary bathroom. Our friends did not want to be filmed, so they sought out privacy in our hangout spot. Any implication beyond that reality is completely false and upsetting. And for the record, AC equals air conditioning, something that's essential in Miami. Okay. Well, then you had Jody, who came out and said, sigh. I live in Miami and I'm a grown man. If I were doing that, who cares? It's probably a safe assumption for 50% of Miami. It just happens that I'm a fitness fanatic that barely even drinks. The reality is simpler. I don't like being on camera, but I'm dating a reality star. I love her, and that's my life. I find it awkward and weird, but I'm making the best of it. Most of my friends don't like to be on camera either, but they came to support me on my birthday, not to be on a TV show. And I love them for that. You'll also notice that they are barely in the background after they enter. Most immediately go in with all of our friends into my other living room. That's in my primary suite, and they stay there. And it's not some little bathroom. It's a whole other birthday. And none of us want to hang around in a 95-degree living room with wide open doors when there's a whole other birthday in my primary suite with working AC. Production already said that the scene wasn't meant to imply that, and it was added just to explain why I wasn't in the room during the argument. And spoiler, I'm barely in any other group scenes because this isn't my thing. I'm there to support Lisa, not get pulled into the chaos. I'm not a cast member and I have a daughter, so I think that the drama should be centered around those that want to be there. Okay. I want to hear what you guys think, guys. Pop off in the comment section, please. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Love you guys.